Good morning, everyone. This is Nisha Kharka. Today, I'm going to give a presentation about inclusive language and environment in early years. In the first slide, I'm going to talk about in early childhood education. Inclusion as endorsed by Early Childhood Australia 2022 is a foundational philosophy dedicated to ensuring equitable educational opportunity for every child, irrespective of their abilities. This philosophy transcends mere physical presence, seeking to establish an environment where each child not only feels included but actively engages in learning with their unique needs met. By doing so, inclusion promotes a transformative culture characterized by diversity, respect, and cooperation. Inclusion or purposeful isolation of some children in the educational setting can impede the development of people with special need by limiting their contact and access to resources. Integration, while placing children with diverse needs in regular classes falls short in addressing individual learning requirements. Inclusion, however, is a holistic approach that adapts curriculum, methods, and environment to meet the diverse need of all learners, fostering a culture of belonging, equity, and involvement. In early childhood education, inclusion strives to create an environment where each child is valued, supported, and offered opportunity to flourish, emphasizing diversity and cooperation. Slide 3. Exclusion in the educational context refers to this deliberate segregation of certain children or group from the usual learning environment. This method can result in children with special need being separated into different courses, reducing their capacity to connect with classmates and use educational resources. Exclusion makes it difficult to build an inclusive and supportive environment, which impedes pupils' overall growth. The disadvantage of exclusion underline the significance of implementing more exclusive in educational system that prioritize equal chances, variety, and cooperation for all children. Integration. Integration, sometimes known as assimilation, is the process of integrating children of varying ability into mainstream educational environment as defined in the context of early education. According to Smith 2023, this process occurs in ordinary classrooms, which are typical learning environment that do not require considerable adaptation to accommodate various requirements. However, this integration frequently results in minimal assistance for pupils with special need. While incorporated in learning plans, the integration strategy may fail to fulfill specific child needs, resulting in lack of overall support. For example, a child with attention deficit or disorder may have difficulty functioning in ordinary classrooms without additional support, thus impeding their academic growth. Inclusion. Several important phrases are necessary for understanding the idea of inclusion in early childhood education. Anson 2024 defined adoption as the change of curriculum and instruction strategies to fit various learning requirements. One example is adapting instructional materials to accommodate different learning styles, ensuring that all children participate and succeed. Equity, a critical concept, emphasizes equitable resource distribution based on individual needs. An example of equality in practice is offering additional support for material to a child with developmental problem, ensuring that they have an equal opportunity to learn. Belonging, as defined by Community Child Care 2009, is concerned with establishing a sense of belonging and connection in the learning community. This is accomplished via inclusive activities that encourage collaboration among children of different abilities, building a strong feeling of belonging and community. These phrases help to lay the groundwork for inclusive practices in early childhood education by promoting diversity, equity, and supportive learning environment. Slide 6. Exclusion. Exclusion defined as a purpose. purposeful separation of certain children from regular schooling contracted the concept of inclusive setting. This purposeful behavior contracted the fundamental principle of inclusion, limiting the formation of an environment in which all children may learn and participate together. Exclusion uh, perpetuates isolation while severely limiting perspective for social and socialistic growth. In contrast, inclusion is a holistic strategy that aims to accommodate all children's unique needs via changes to curriculum, instructional techniques, and the entire learning environment. In the context of inclusive setting, inclusion represents a mindset that seeks to create a setting in which every child feels valued, actively participate in learning, and has their specific needs fulfilled. It extends beyond physical presence by creating an environment that encourages diversity, respect, acceptance, and collaboration among all children. Inclusion therefore serves is a potent antidote to the divisive impact of exclusion, promoting the principle of diversity, equity, and cooperative learning. Integration is introducing children with special need into normal classroom without significantly changing the curriculum or teaching methods. While integration fosters social connection, it may fall short in satisfying individual learning needs. More through changes are required to guarantee that all children may actively participate and succeed in inclusive environments. True inclusion goes beyond simple presence, necessitating specialized changes to content, teaching technique, and the whole learning environment. This method creates a more supportive environment in which each child individual needs are accommodated, generating of true feeling of belonging and ac- accomplishment. Slide 8. Early childhood education, the concept exclusion, integration, and inclusion appear in diverse scenarios that shape the learning environment. Exclusion is visible in setting which separate special education classroom, which isolate children with special need from their peers, restricting social contact and impeding a holistic educational experience. Integration, on the other hand, is visible in shared classroom with little modification, where children with varying need coexist without significant alternation, perhaps restricting inclusion owing to a lack of specialized help. In contrast, example of inclusion in early childhood education include individualized assessment plan. Or interesting case study is a child with developmental problems who receive an individualized education plan IEP. The curriculum is designed according to children learning style and supported by specialized services, ensuring full participation and creating an inclusive environment in which the child feels encouraged, actively engaged in learning, and feels a deep sense of belonging within the classroom community. Slide 9. When considering the topic of exclusion in early childhood education, it is clear that language playing an important role in forming attitude and either perpetuating exclusion or encouraging inclusion. Briceway Education 2019 emphasizes the power of language to overcome stereotype by recognizing its ability to reduce stigmas connected with various needs. By accepting the task of rephrasing via deliberate language choices, educator may foster a welcoming environment for all children regardless of differences. In pursuit of acceptance, educators must emphasize their moral obligation to use language that supports diversity and fairness in their teaching method. This commitment is consistent with the early year learning framework EYLF outcome 1, which states that children should acquire a strong sense of identity. As a result, educators accomplish their ethical obligation to promote inclusive learning environment by adopting language choices that show empathy, respect, and value for all children, particularly during the early year of a children's life. In early childhood integration, language plays an important role in fostering inclusion. Smart language choice by educator in integrated classroom recognize individual need and talent, eliminating unintended discrimination. Embracing differences as a strength creates a positive narrative, cultivating an atmosphere where every child feels valued. The Australian Human Rights Commission underscores language's role in shaping a narrative that promotes belonging and celebrates diversity as a source of strength and richness. 2016. According to Early Childhood Australia, 2022, language plays an important role in encouraging diversity in early childhood education by influencing life, society, and power relation. Language changes self-concept and society limits by exerting both domination and freedom, recognizing its potential for both good and bad consequences, emphasizes the significance of consciously utilizing inclusive language. Educators use positive language to create a supportive, equitable learning environment that empowers all students and break down obstacles to real inclusiveness. Conclusion: this research on exclusion, integration, and inclusion in early childhood education highlights the multifaceted dynamic influenced by language, philosophy, and practice. Exclusion, as seen in separate special education classes, stifles inclusive growth while emphasizing the importance of equality, variety, and collaboration. Personalized support plans, as opposed to integration, provides a full inclusion strategy by adjusting curriculum and environment to foster a sense of belonging and engagement. Language's crucial role in fostering inclusion emphasizes educator obligation to use language purposefully in accordance with ethical and pedagogical frameworks, hence creating setting in which all children thrive. Thank you.